Today's football is completely different from any previous era, different from the time of Guardiola and Mourinho, which was based on possession in the opponent's field or on quick offensive transitions, and also different from the Guardiola and Jürgen Klopp phase, which relied on aggressive pressing and using pressing itself as an offensive tool to build superiority. Modern football has become a completely new form, with ideas that have developed, blended, and created a system different from anything we've seen before. In this video, I want to explain the playing styles of modern football. And when I talk about modern football, I am referring to the era after Guardiola and Jürgen Klopp, where we see mutual success between different ideas and each team tries to present its own unique mark. We also see a smarter use of talents and its natural place and unique role, but this time within a more conscious and organized system. A system that employs talent to serve the idea, not the other way around. The clearest example of this was in the recent Paris Saint-Germain and Barcelona match, a confrontation where we truly saw most of the modern football ideas being applied on the field. What we will see in the style of Paris and Barcelona is a separate part from the possession phase, meaning that the goal is not for the team to have the ball just for possession. But the real goal is to move the ball to the opponent's field in the best possible position. The ideas here are linked to the greatest numerical support in the area of the ball, which we call the starting play area. Having a larger number of players in this area provides more options for the goalkeeper to start the build-up phase calmly. It is also a means to draw the opponent's defense into the same space and congestion. The clear objective is to push the opponent's defensive lines up to the middle of the field so you can exploit the spaces created behind them in a quick and direct offensive transition towards the goal while moving the ball. The play is managed patiently until the opponent starts to move or opens small spaces that the team targets to begin the transition to the fast attack phase. And that's exactly what we saw from both teams. Paris and Barcelona both presented a very similar approach in the idea of building up, but each team had a different way of exploiting the moment when they start the offensive transition. As for the possession phase, Paris Saint-Germain relied on a 3-1-1-5 formation. Having just one player in the pivot was intentional because Vitinha has abilities that allow Luis Enrique to dispense with the idea of balance in player distribution to make the play more vertical towards the goal. The idea here is for the team to move forward quickly and for the passes to be more direct instead of circulating the ball for long periods. As for the offensive line, there was a clear intention to pull Barcelona's defense away from their goal. This is to create spaces that Paris can later exploit with vertical entries or cross balls behind the line. As for Barcelona, they were playing in the 4-2-4 style and trying to apply the same idea we saw with Paris, with an attacking line moving away from the penalty area to open spaces behind the defensive lines. Barcelona's main goal was to get past Paris to their half to create gaps behind their lines that they could exploit in a quick offensive transition. Also, the goalkeeper was an essential part of the possession process, actively participating in ball circulation and the start of the build-up. This allowed the team to establish a suitable shape for a quick transition once they bypassed Paris's pressure. And here modern football deals with a very important concept, which is how to manage spaces and how to manage the ball when possessing it. The matter is no longer just about circulating the ball or constantly being present in the opponent's field near the goal, but it has become more related to the idea that having the ball itself has become a management style. The team manages the ball to manage the opponent, direct them, and keep them away from the spaces they want to protect. This is an essential part of preparing for a quick offensive transition. The ball here is not an end, but a means to direct the opponent and create the ideal conditions for attacking at the right moment. And we started to see in modern football a greater reliance on the skillful player. The player who has the freedom to make decisions and who himself sets the rhythm when in possession of the ball. Like we see, for example, Pedri in Barcelona and Tini in Paris. Both have the ability as playmakers to control the pace of the game, especially in overlapping spaces. The ball that even the coach cannot control. He cannot control it. We call this area the overlapping space. It is the moment when the game transforms from a collective idea to pure individual creativity, the moment when intelligence appears. Intelligence and ability to make the right decision for the situation appear. The same goes for Lamine Yamal, who possesses individual abilities that can create unexpected danger, not necessarily planned or studied in advance by the coach or even the opponent. Also, Nuno Mendes in Paris, whose strong physical and skillful ability abilities make him both an offensive and defensive element at the same time. This gives the team great flexibility in transitioning between phases. As for the defense, we can say it's a type of defense that combines organized defense with clear lines and one-on-one defense. Honestly, this style is not new in football. The combination of team defense and one-on-one defense is very old, but it is now executed in a completely different way and concept, more flexible and sometimes even more aggressive. For example, Paris relies on a style of being present in the opponent's field through a defense integrated between 4-1-4-1 and between player-to-player defense. Here, the defense is directed with the aim of guiding the team in possession of the ball to reach shifts from 4-1-4-1 to 4-1-3-2 with the principle of continuous close marking. As for Barcelona, they relied on a 4-2-4 formation in defense as a guided defense, transitioning to a 4-2-3-1 to the closest point to the opponent's goal. With a combination of tight marking and organized defense, the player facing the ball holder is directed to apply direct pressure regardless of their position. A very organized defensive system appears where the player moves according to his proximity to his opponent and the space in front of him. But in Barcelona, there was a greater emphasis on one-on-one play in high pressure to the point of imbalance in the backline. But I'm not here to comment on the flaws of any team in the execution method. I'm here to analyze a match that included everything, through which I can show you where modern football has reached. Modern football combines positional play with balance, width, and depth for the team, along with the ability to manage the opponent and direct them in the direction the team wants. With the presence of the pivot and skillful players who have ability that existed in positional play, it added the concept of individual freedom in overlapping spaces. The spaces where the ball is for players who have the confidence and courage to act at the right time. It also managed to integrate different defensive styles, from low defense with numerical superiority in the back line to medium defense that directs the opponent, up to high pressing defense that combines organization and man-to-man defense. Desi. And that was my view on modern football being played in the world today, with its components and its handling of positional play. I hope you enjoyed the analysis, and don't forget to follow me and subscribe to the channel so you can receive all the new updates.